Guys, we love that you joined our community over here on the Flip Flop Flipper, and we're so proud that we're the fastest growing real estate investor groups on the entire platform. But here's the truth. The difference from being in the free group, the Flip Flop Flipper, and coming over to Apex, we're actually doing deals there. And in the short time that we've had the community, we've done several $1 million worth of real estate transactions. And I personally know of at least 18 or 20 deals that have happened. We just finished our first ever coffee and bus tour, and out of that, I'm already in conversations with 3 or 4 different groups of people that are going to do real estate deals together. We just want to be a part of your real estate investing story. And the difference between being in the Flip Flop Flipper community and being in the Apex community, Apex is actually get done. We're doers over there. So if you want to go from being a wanna-doer to actually being a doer, click the button. Let's go. Join Apex.
Be at your shit.
It's all good.
Welcome to the Monday Night Live with
What, number 70? 71? What are we at?
we're at number 70.
Number 70. These go so fast, guys. We've
Yes,
done
they
this
do.
70 freaking times. Tonight we're late and we're going to end early. So there you go. You got that going for you. I
So
don't know
you
how
heard
many
the
people
man.
are watching us.
Get the questions out there. And if there's 9 people watching us, there should be 9 likes.
Yeah, and we got to go
Throw it
fast,
away.
guys. We like this goes really well when you guys ask a bunch of questions and we can just go question to question to question. That's awesome.
You have any questions?
I don't have any questions. Do we have any announcements?
We're gonna update our ad.
Yeah, I hate that ad that
That's the
we
brand
just
new
played. I don't know what you guys put in the comment. What do you think of that ad? I was watching it and I was
It's
like,
old.
I don't like it. It's old. We've
So-
done, first of all, in our Apex group, I think we're approaching 200 deals done. I could be dreaming, but we've done a lot. I mean, there's a lot of people who've done deals in
You
there.
could be, but who knows?
I mean, we just
find out
closed. We
soon.
just closed one on Friday.
Hey, Mario's been trying to call you. You should call Mario.
Is Mario here?
Mario's
Well,
there.
Mario, if you've been trying to call me, just ask your question here. We'll just handle it now.
There you go. Ask your question now, Mario.
And Mario, are you ready to go to the foreclosure sale with us? I'll ask you a question. You can say yes.
Premeditated answer.
Yeah.
Well, no announcements yet, but we should be closing a couple deals this week. Emmanuel finally closed on his first wholesale
Manuel
deal.
closed on it. That's the deal that we closed on Friday.
He won't be able to cash the check till next Friday, but he
No,
has closed.
He's closed.
It's getting closer and closer. Hey guys, I was doing some math. Sorry, I'm late.
He's doing some homework.
Doing homework.
Work.
Look at you, Dad.
I know.
Nice job,
Gotta get him
McKenna.
a number 1 dad mug.
Yeah. So you guys put your questions in. Let's go. We'll talk about anything you want. We know a thing or two about real estate investing, but if you want to talk about your feelings, I understand anger pretty well.
Margaret, if you want to put your math questions into the chat, you
I'm
just
pretty
let me know.
good
We'll
with
solve them
math.
live.
Although Margaret's in like the 8th grade, so I don't know if I go up to that high level, but 3rd, 4th, 5th grade math, I can tackle it.
He could tackle it.
The
Don't say
Oh, that's true. Well, we just went to our biggest and best renovation.
Oh my
And
gosh!
just
And it's
sprung
kind of
a
a
leak.
freaking disaster.
There's a leak everywhere. All the gypsum work has to come down.
And you're not going to
Oh.
believe this, you guys, but the plumber is pointing the fingers at the contractor. The contractor's pointing the fingers at the plumber. It's like,
No.
wow.
That never happens.
That's never happened.
never
before.
happened.
So
Never heard of
you're
that.
saying it's his fault, and he's saying it's your fault. And
How
it's
could
a
that be?
problem. We were so close a week ago, and now we've got drywall down everywhere.
I think we were close to saying 25%. And now we're back to
so
like
close.
45.
We were so close. Yeah. And I can't get the freaking pool guy to come and finish it, McKenna. My beautiful house. I'm going to finish it.
Does anybody
We'll
have
celebrate.
experience with wood structures?
I have lots of experience with wood structures. If you're talking about on the island of Puerto Rico, we have less experience with wood structures because there aren't that many, but we've certainly still done it. I'm not afraid to buy them if they look like they're well built and they've lasted through a storm. But many wood structures on the island of Puerto Rico are not well built, and when a big storm comes, the roof gets ripped off, and it's kind of a disaster.
That or they have severe,
Give us more info on what you're asking,
Yes, for
and
PR.
we'll be happy to.
and they get
Tell
severe
you.
termite damage.
They can easily
And it's
get
very hard to
severe
get bank
termite damage.
financing.
Yep. That's all true. So what does that mean? That means to me, if I'm going to buy a wood structure in a house, let's say the houses in the neighborhood sell for $150,000, and that's your typical 3-bedroom, 1-bath block house, and you have a wood structure in the same neighborhood, and it's a 3-bedroom, 1-bath wood structure. If I was going to buy it at 65 cents all in minus repairs, I would be looking to buy it at a way better price all in minus repairs because it's a wood structure. It's going to be harder to sell. In fact, I may not be able to sell it at all, and I might have to just keep it as a rental property. So you want to make sure that you know that you're getting a great deal going in.
My name is Torita. I would like to rather talk in private as possible. Well, Torita, if you join the Apex community, you can DM Robert directly and ask him all the questions you have there.
And McKenna will put the link in right now.
It's already there.
How about that?
Look at that. Super
Woo!
Fast.
Yeah. So
Join.
we can, and for you, Torita, if you join that group tonight, we can set up a strategy call, and you can DM McKenna and I will set up a strategy call right now. We can do it this week.
BK Bree said Act 132 PR is the island of enchantments and opportunities.
Act 132, and I think that's what we're calling it. That is long-term rentals, guys. It doesn't matter if it's a one house or a small apartment complex. Anything that you turn into or that you rent long-term on the island, long-term is going to be, I call it a year. You're safe at a year. If you're going to rent to a family who's going to call it home, who's going to live in the property, so not commercial and not Airbnb, but actually someone who's going to live there, then those rents that you receive are completely non-taxable. And you really don't have to jump through any hoops. It's not something that you have to qualify for. It's not something that I get that's special to me because I'm coming to the island from the States. This is something that's for absolutely everyone. In fact, it was written for the local population so that you guys would invest in your island.
Yes.
I mean, I
It's
get
like-
it all the
it's
time.
like the
Adopt.
flip-flopper
Like I get
says.
a lot of the hate is like, oh, you're buying these houses and you get this special treatment. Oh, and I can't get the special
I seen the
treatment.
special treatment. I'm going to tell you guys, it's very true. By the time he gets to the house, it goes up $1 million.
That's how.
I have been in the car where we're like, wow, 1.5 seems like a deal. We get there, it's 2.8. What happened? It was only an hour.
I'm a gringo.
Oh, he's 6'7". And what? That guy gets $1 million extra.
Yeah.
Torita,
But
I
anyways,
just put a link.
this Act 132 thing getting extended through 2040, and it's been in existence since 2011. So I didn't get here till 2018, and I was buying rental properties and keeping them long-term rents and just paying tax on it because I didn't know about it for the first few years.
Neither did a CPA, by the way.
Neither did my CPA, by the way. So nobody knew about this stuff. But all you have to do is when you file your Puerto Rico tax returns, you acknowledge that you got long-term rental income and it's qualified as non-taxable long-term rents. And that's all you have to do. Track it, make sure that you've got a lease. It needs to be long-term. It needs to be housing. That's it.
That's it.
Torita, I just put a link to schedule a call with our outreach team. If you want to talk to somebody over at the Flip Flop Flipper team, Mikey or Marcus, they're great. They could probably help you out.
And if she wants to join Apex right away and just set a strategy call with me, McKenna, we can do that.
Yeah. They said I'm not ready for that yet, but I've been on the live for a couple weeks.
Well,
But yeah, if you want to do a call directly with Robert, hop into Apex and we'll set that up. Miguel says, which hard money lender can lend money without credit score and income requirements? I need $35,000 to purchase a property in Ponce, $2,000 in repairs, rent of $650 monthly. $2,000 in repairs. Just don't do any repairs. I don't know what repairs.
Wow,
you're
I mean
doing.
that house
could
is
be a hole in the
practically
roof.
perfect.
I guess.
And that sounds like a deal. So is Miguel in our group, McKenna?
I think Miguel is in Apex. Miguel,
All
you're
right.
in Apex, right?
Just send us a DM. If I can do it through PR Consultants, I'll do it. I could also encourage you to maybe talk with Kimberly Jackson, or there's a few people that are doing things on the south side of the island. So that shouldn't be a super difficult one to get funded, though. As long as you're not buying it and it really needs $200,000 in repairs. I mean, if what you say is true, it should be easy enough to find someone who would do that loan for you. And a $35,000 loan is not going to cost you a ton of money, even if you're getting charged expensive hard money rates. And on the island, it is expensive. You know, it is 15% plus a whole bunch of points.
Well, I'm going to do some math real quick on
21% is the way that it works out annually.
Yeah. So let's say we loaned you 30,000 over 7 years with a 20% interest rate.
Why would you do a 7-year loan, McKenna? What are you doing? Like
I don't know.
A long-term loan?
It's a rental property. I think he's trying to do a rental loan.
Yeah. Are you amortizing it?
Yeah, amortizing over 7 years. That would be $666 a month. So we need to kick that out, I think, to, let's say we did 10 years, a 10-year loan. That would be $579,000 every month. These hard money loans are just so expensive. I mean, that is brutal.
Yeah, but why not just have it as an interest-only payment of $350 a month, or what's $35,000 at 15% interest annually? Interest-only payments, even if you kept it for the long term, it cash flows for you rather than amortize it. Although then you're never paying it off. So,
yeah. Well, let's say a 30-year am with a balloon, that would be still 500. So yeah, you'd have to do.
You just can't go any further than that.
On a 30-year loan, guess how much the principal payment is every month on a 30-year AM, 20% on $30,000?
Not much.
It's $1.31 of principal payback.
Wow. Yeah, man, I'd just do a regular hard money loan for a year and figure out how to find the 30 grand.
So interest only is about $500.
Yeah, interest only you're less than $400.
Yeah.
No, it's $500
At 35 or at 30?
at 30. 20%.
Well, it's not 20%, so it's 15%. You pay the points up front.
Okay.
Yeah, 437.
15% would be $375.
Yeah.
Interest only.
All
Alan
right.
says, looks like this needs a long-term DSCR loan. I think that's
It
exactly
looks like it does.
Alan, if there's anybody who will do a long-term DSCR loan for $35,000 on the island, I'd be shocked. My guess is that you're going to just told no. Unfortunately.
Crypto Tiana says it's the easiest thing ever, tax-free rental income.
It's so awesome.
I love it.
It is really such a powerful tool, you guys. It's our favorite way to invest is for the long term. Our favorite way to rent properties is to people who want to live in them. So we don't really love doing the hospitality stuff or doing the Airbnb stuff, although we've done a lot of it. We just love this business model. It works super, super well. And like we were just going over, you can buy a house for $35,000. You put a renter in there at $650. It cash flows for you, and you hang on to it for a long, long time.
You know what you could do with something that cheap? Borrow the money at hard money rates, the 30 grand, to own the house, get control of it, and then go make 30 grand somehow and pay it
That's
back.
what I said. Just do a 1-year loan and figure out how to find a 30 grand. I mean, sell your car, go, I don't know, go do some
go
side
drive
hustle.
Uber every weekend.
You go do some side hustle that can get you the 30 grand. I mean, it's such a small amount of money. And then you've got a free and clear rental a few years from now or a year or two from now. I really like that way better than trying to amortize something and paying $1 off a month or something. That just seems ridiculous.
It does. And you've got the rental income coming in too. So you just, the rents pay for your loan interest, and then you just need to go make some extra money and pay it back.
But I'll tell you what, I'm buying $35,000 houses that we can rent for $650. I think that math works. What kind of return is that if it was just straight cash?
I was just doing math homework. Margaret's like, how is this?
It's like a 22%. That's a 22% return
Oh, that's great.
starting out.
If you don't have any expenses, right?
Yeah, but taxes are going to be pretty low on that. Assuming that's a block house, I don't know that you even need to insure it. So, you know, if you get a hard money loan, you're going to have insurance. So your expenses are going to go up. But if I was buying that house, if I'm buying it and this was 2012 and we were buying lots and lots of $35,000 houses in Orlando, Florida, we just skipped the insurance part. So we save that money. We would rent it out as fast as we can. And in Florida, we would be able to not pay our property taxes for a couple of years. You needed to pay them by year 3 so that you don't get stuck in a tax deed sale. And we would have as much cash flow as possible and try and get to where we have no money in it as quickly as possible. But with something like that, you could be completely all of your money back within about 5 years. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
And rents are going to go up over time. The place is going to appreciate.
You get it's 4.86 years, and you get all your money back.
All right, none of this is financial advice. So just because I did something stupid like not have insurance, and I didn't pay taxes for a couple of years, I'm not telling you that that's what you should do. But
we can tell you that in Apex.
No,
even in Apex, if we tell you to do stupid things, it's not financial advice.
Yes.
Yeah. Hector is saying, "Good to see you guys. I'm back in Florida."
Hey Hector, good to see you, man.
Lorenzo.
Nice.
Hector, good to see you, man. Tremina says, "My main house is concrete, but the upper is wood. I can rent out the top." I love it.
Sure.
Do it.
Yeah.
Alan says, "This looks like a long-term DSCR loan." I do think that's the best lending product you could get, Miguel, if you were going to go borrow the money. Crypto Tiana says 20% is brutal. BK Breeze, quality contractors on the island are hard to find. Is there a short list of vetted contractors this group uses? Is this a resource that would be of interest to the group?
It's absolutely a resource that would be of interest to the group. And the short answer is right now, no, there's not a list of contractors that we've put out there. There are contractors inside of the group. Yep. And we're trying to use people who are contractors inside of the group. If you're a contractor, we want you to join the group so that we can use your services. So that would be something that would be very valuable to the group. And Breeze, if you're willing to tackle that, we would love for that to happen.
I think the thing you'll find with contractors, Breeze, is that they're very good and reliable on the first job, the second job, maybe even for a couple years. But it's hard to have someone that's going to stay around for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years.
Exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah,
it's tough. It's tough. Every time I get asked, "Hey, do you have a contractor?" It's a new name I'm sending out.
Yeah.
It's just something. It's like, hey, I use this guy for
being
this one thing.
Being a contractor is a difficult business. Doing things, in a timely manner, doing good work at a fair price is difficult. So it's the one area where I like almost refuse to recommend someone. If I've got somebody who's good, I have enough work for them and I'm going to keep working them. And it's not that I don't want to share, because I do. You guys, I share every week. But if I start sharing, then they'll be bad for me and bad for you. And then everybody looks bad. It's a really hard thing to do what BK Breeze just suggested, which is to have contractors who we vetted that we recommend. Now, if there are contractors who come into the group and they introduce themselves to people, then they can find partners easily, because if you're willing to partner with somebody who's got the cash and you can find a deal and you can do the work, you are such a valuable asset to that partnership. It's very easy when you're inside of a community like we have to find people who are going to want to partner with you. Wouldn't you agree, McKenna?
I would. I think that a contract, I can think of one who I know needed some jobs and he was able to start quoting the next week. Now getting jobs, and that's a little bit different, but yeah. Crypto Tiana says, easiest thing, the paperwork for the IRS. Miguel says, I want to start small. What type of properties do you recommend to start in real estate in Puerto Rico? I really like your $35,000.
Yeah, I mean,
Miguel.
that's how we started, Miguel. That first year I was buying, I think we bought 80 properties at about $32,000 a piece. Some of them we were fixing up to sell. Some of them we were keeping as rentals. That price point is amazing. And your rents at $650, again, that works. That's better than 20% return. It's a great place to start. It's very likely that could be a deal, especially you said it only needs a couple $1,000s. So that means the house is in very good condition. The lights already come on. The water already flushes in the toilet. The water gets hot in the shower. You have everything that you need to be able to rent that house. If what you're saying is correct, that's a dream scenario. And oh, by the way, it's probably worth a lot more than $35,000 even right now today.
Yeah. Emmanuel says, sorry for breaking the mic, Adon.
You bastard.
Alan says, let's try and share contractors info and review contractors in the operator breakout group. Guys, Alan is running the operator breakout group this Saturday, 9 a.m. And he's going to do it once a month to start. So if you're interested in being in the operator breakout group, you need to be there this Saturday. They're going to talk about best practices. They're going to share tips, tricks, management styles, accounting stuff. They're going to talk about contractors. They're going to talk probably about getting quotes and everything like that. So if that's interesting to you, be there this Saturday, or you're going to have to wait a whole month. Renee says, hello, guys. I sent Adon a few good contractors.
He did, and I'm not sharing.
Oh, boy.
J.E. Anderson says, cool, great moves, Alan. Thanks, J.E. Well, I'm sure Alan appreciates that. What are you guys doing on your phones there? You guys are freaking addicted to TikTok?
Yes.
I'm putting us in you guys started talking about contractors, and I'm putting Robert and Linda on a chat with the landscaper for our McMansion.
I was opening up the Flip Flop Power Hour on YouTube so that I could see how many people are watching us, because I can't see the TV or I can't see the computer. There's 26 people watching and only 5 likes. And there were only 4 when I did it. So I'm now one of the people watching and one of the people that have liked. Guys, it really helps our channel a lot if you will like it. And I hope that everybody who's watching has already subscribed to the YouTube channel. But if you haven't done that, subscribe to the channel. But absolutely, you got to hit that like button. It really does help. So we would appreciate that. If we've got 26 people watching, we should have at least 26 likes. Fair?
Yeah. Very fair.
See.
I like it. So, guys, put your questions in the chat. We'll talk about anything. Anybody working on a deal right now?
Hey, what else did you find out about notes while everybody else is thinking about what to do?
So I am, and I actually meant to send a message to Amaro today. I didn't. What did I find out about notes? I found out a lot about notes, guys. There's some really cool opportunities where you can sell partial notes on cash flowing assets. And I think that if you have a rental property, this might be the new coolest way to borrow money. I think it's very intensive. Like it's similar to like finding wholesale sellers, right? Like you got to really dig into the weeds. There's no marketplace for this. You have to just go find your investors. But there is a subsection of people with IRAs that are looking for steady, stable income, anywhere from 6 to 12%. And you can create a note on a cash flowing rental. Let's say you're bringing in $1,500, and you can then sell $1,000 of that a month to someone. If you did 60 months, 5 years, the math on that is you'd probably get $51,000. That would be a 6% return to the investor. They'd get $60,000 back over 60 months. You get $51,000 day of. And it is a sick way to borrow money. And I think it's going to be a way that we're going to explore. We're going to try and find some buyers. It's
and this week inside of Apex, we're going to have a masterclass, and we're going to have the man himself, the legend, Mike Rusica.
That's
He
right.
is a seasoned note buyer. He's been part of Apex now for quite a while. He's helped us with other master classes in the past, and he's great, guys. He's really worth coming and joining Apex just for this one masterclass this month. He's freaking amazing. So we're learning this stuff in real time, and we've been doing real estate investing. I've been doing this for over 27 years. McKenna's been doing this since he was 15 or 16 years old.
I've got
Don's
10
now a
years of
professional
experience.
real estate investor for the last few years. We got a lot of experience, guys, and we're learning something new. And it's exciting. This is what I love about being an entrepreneur and being a real estate investor. There's never a time when I get bored because I'm just doing the same thing every single day. It seems like anytime I get to the point where I think that I've figured everything out, somebody shows me something and they're doing it better. They're more efficient. They're making more money doing something else. And then I get to learn it. And I just love that stuff. And then we bring it to you guys in Monday night power hour, or we certainly bring it to our Apex group and the Flip Flop Flipper community over on School. So we share in real time as we're learning. And in this case, we started learning this in Texas a couple weeks ago. And it's crazy how once you hear something, you hear it again and again and again. We just put out a video the day before yesterday with a guy named Dan Zatofsky, and he was speaking about something that we learned about in Texas. And I just didn't put it together or hear it until after we met Omero, whose video is going to go out maybe tomorrow. So you start to hear something that's exciting, and then you realize that it's happening again and again. It's so cool.
I'd be very impressed if that video went out tomorrow.
I would be too. I was just looking at the clips. I'm like, I don't know how Charles is going to do this.
Oh, yeah?
Oh.
I saw your face more times than I saw the guy you were interviewing. Not
No,
you.
well,
McKenna's face.
there's a bunch of like 6-second clips of Don, and then there's a 40-minute video.
Are you complaining about the cameraman?
I mean, I knew what to expect.
We tried to get you to come. You refused.
They wanted me to
He
work.
wanted to
You
go on a
refused.
family vacation. Can you believe
He
that guy?
refused.
That was a terrible idea.
He refused,
by the
and
way.
he
And he had a
paid for it.
horrible time. He hated it.
He paid the price.
I should have just gone to work.
Yeah.
Paid
You would
the
have had
price.
fun. Oh,
I
man.
just had to zip my
No,
zipper right
I
there
heard we
on
should put the mic close.
you should have.
Zipper.
Like, what the heck? That was great, guys.
Hey,
So,
you can't see it on camera, so you're good.
wonderful.
Okay. Tremina says, so true. That's why I have a lower renovated home and an incomplete upper. I have to complete before I can rent it out. My contractor started great and ended up not so great. Yep. That
You
is
guys,
common.
that is
How
when you're a real estate investor, just know this, that you're always going to struggle with that side of the business. The same way that you're always going to be looking for the next great deal of a lifetime, you're always looking for the person who can do the renovation fast at a good price and does good work. And you'll get that person periodically, and then over time, their work is going to become not so good. Their price is going to go up. So you're constantly looking for it. It's just part of the business. But it's okay. It's just part of the business.
Just part of the business.
one thing you could do if you're doing a lot of these, 'cause the only way you're gonna be able to do what I'm about to suggest is every time you have a site, watch all the workers and start picking out who are the best, and then start grabbing their numbers individually outside of whoever brought them in, and then start calling them in to come work individual things until you can figure out how to make someone the head guy to control everybody else. Until then, that's you.
Yeah.
I would say this: when you do find someone who's doing a good job, you want to feed them. You want to keep them having that next job all the time, because if they're giving you good work at a fair price and relatively fast, they're gold. And so you have to treat them really well. And it's okay if their price goes up over time. You just don't want to let it get out of control. And the way that you do that is by letting them know, hey, I'm always going to have work for you. So over the years, we've actually bought properties just so we had the next one for our guys to go into, because we didn't want to lose a really good contractor. Not suggesting that you overpay for stuff, but I am telling you that I've bought some things at the bottom of our range because I wanted to keep the guys working.
Yeah,
We're gonna have to do that here in Puerto Rico because everything's at the top of the range. Like, it's just
if you lose your guys, though, they move on. They go get another job, and then they're not free for the next 3 months. And
yeah, that could be part of the problem too. Is it right? If you if you've got a great person who's doing good work for you and you don't find the next deal and have it ready for them, and then they go find some other work, then they're not there for you anymore. So anyway, hopefully that makes sense.
Alan says, never give too large a deposit, even for a contractor you've gotten good work for a long time. I agree
Alan,
with that
that's
totally.
amen. Yep.
Yeah. Kenna says, is there a way to refi a property with an encroachment in Puerto Rico?
Wow. So
On Crypto Tiana, we're coming back to you.
I think it's difficult. What kind of encroachment, right? Like I can remember one in Catania where we bought a house from the bank. I think it was bank owned, and it had a 1-car garage, and then it had this other like 2-car garage that was extended or built onto the side of the house, and that encroached on some government land. And when we sold the property, in order for it to qualify, we had to tear down a portion of the garage. And it was not going to fly if we didn't do it. It was a shame because no one was ever going to need to use the garage except for this person in the house. But that was what we had to do. It makes it extremely hard. And it's already hard enough to get liquidity on the island of Puerto Rico. So if you know that you have an encroachment, unless it's something that you already own because you inherited it, it's in your family or something, I don't really advise buying it. I buy things that have encroachments because I'm planning to keep them and I don't need to refinance them or resell them. But it's something that you should be very cautious of.
That's a good point. If you could buy something for $35,000, but instead of the rent being $600, it's $1,500, and you get your money back in 2.5 years, then there's an argument like, oh, you buy it even though you might not have an exit strategy because you have this cash flowing asset that's giving you income every month.
Yeah, well, I would argue then that your exit strategy is that you collect the rents and you pull your money back off of the table as fast as possible, and you plan to hold that thing for a long time, and then sell it on the back end to another real estate investor. Just disclose that hey, it's got this chicken coop, it's got this garage, it's got whatever it's got, but that is a problem. You're not going to be able to refinance it, but I'll seller finance it to you.
And if it's not the government, it's just a regular neighbor, you can't go and just buy that portion.
Sure.
The encroachment.
Absolutely. We could have actually bought from the government too. It was cheaper and faster for us to tear down that garage than it was to go through the process, and of buying from the government. But that was what we were told at first. The government was like, yeah, well, why don't you just buy the easement that we have? And we're like, great. How long will that take?
5 years.
They're like, it'll take a month. So we tried the first 3 months, and then we said, you know what? We're tearing this damn thing down.
My God.
Okay, we skipped Crypto's question here.
I think. Do you remember that house? That was the Catania house.
I do.
Juan Perlam sold it for us.
Yep, that was a great deal.
Yep.
I have a paid house. I may lose my job in 6 months. Should I try and get a loan on this house before I lose my job? Something like the Burr method before I don't have W-2 income to rely on.
Yes.
As long as you don't put yourself in a position that you're going to
Can't pay it,
be in a bad spot and not be able to pay it and then lose your house. I don't want to see you go from having a job and a house to not having a job
and then not
having a house. That's really bad, right?
I think if the question was, should I go get a loan on my cash flowing rental that I own free and clear, and the rent is going to cover my loan payment, I'd say yes.
Then it's a no-brainer. Yeah. If it's your personal house, be careful. Leverage will kill you. They say that the borrower is slave to the lender. So just don't put yourself in a bad position where you don't have a job and you don't have a house. That would suck.
Yep. Jay Yander says Dan Z video edits. He's an expert. It's called due diligence. Nancy says, hi everyone, I'm late and I have a question. Go ahead, Nancy.
Come on, Nancy, bring it.
Nancy's got it here. Nancy says, I'm finally ready to sell my home in the beautiful Pacific Northwest, done with pictures and ready to go live on Zillow. It's a seller's market here, especially on the water, which I am. Should I advertise that I'll carry? I think I should. And what interest rate would you recommend carry with 30% down, asking 975,000.
A
12%.
point or two above what the bank will do, and you're making it easy for them. So, the bank probably is lending at 5% or something like that, I guess, out there. And so maybe you're lending at 6%. What we're learning about selling these notes too, if you did get 30% down, I would show up for the masterclass this Thursday with Mike Rusica. I think we'll talk about this, creating two notes, which would be a first and a second, and then you can sell off the first pretty easily and have all of your money out of it basically, and then just be holding a second mortgage for a while. You could sell the second as well. Like you're not going to have a problem selling a note on a house on the water out there on the West Coast. I think it's what we're learning about this is that there's a community of people that are really wanting to buy that cash flow.
Yes. And I think, Nancy, there's a cool way you could do this where I know you're trying to come to Puerto Rico to invest. You could get your 30% down. So that's almost 300 grand, right? Then you could have a partial of 600,000 that's making payments. Let me pull up the calculator here real quick. Loan calculator, 30-year term. And I would do a balloon on there, Nancy. They need to refi you out in 6, 7, 8, 10 years, but maybe not. Maybe you just want to own the note and you can sell the note like a traditional mortgage. But let's say you do an 8% loan, 600,000. Your payments on that are going to be $4,400 a month. You could sell that note for 5 years. What's 442 times 60? That would be $264,000 for 264 for 5 years. You would sell that at a discount. So you need to use a financial calculator. And this is what Mike Rusica is going to be talking about. But let me
you sell it at 225 or 230 or something, and they're making the spread.
Exactly. And so even though it's an 8% loan, you can sell on a 6% yield or whatever. So you can get your 300,000 plus another 220,000, and you get the note back in 5 years.
My goodness, guys, this is very high level stuff. I get it. But if you want to join us on this Thursday for the masterclass, the link's in there for the Apex group. I highly recommend it. I'm looking forward to this one. I know that I'm going to learn some stuff. And these are things that we're going to start doing in real time.
Yeah. I think, Nancy, that you could go into these. I think selling with seller financing now with this coupled with this note stuff that we're learning about right now, I mean, it is so powerful that you're able to create.
Nancy's done this before. Do you see that, McKenna?
Yeah, Nancy's done it before, so I'm not new to it. We're new to the note stuff, so if you have some insight on notes, we'd love to hear about it.
Who do we sell them to, Nancy? I need to know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, as you guys can probably tell, McKenna and Adon and I were all very excited about this because this gives us a way to solve a problem on the island of Puerto Rico. We can now go to market and say, look, we're even thinking 10% down, and we create two notes, and one of them is the first that gets us all of our money back out, maybe with a little bit of profit. And then we leave most of our profit in the second note, and we just start collecting cash flow. And now someone gets to live in the house. It was easy peasy, no banks involved, and everything's great.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. It's pretty sick. Guys, we are running out of time today. We have another call we have to hop on. But
if we get all 32 likes, we might stay 10 more minutes.
We can't. We got to go.
We got to go.
2 more minutes.
Do we have any more questions? And then let's call it.
Well, actually, before we leave, let's do one more question after a word from our sponsor.
Hey guys, we love that you joined our community over here on the Flip Flop Flipper, and we're so proud that we're the fastest growing real estate investor groups on the entire platform. But here's the truth. The difference from being in the free group, the Flip Flop Flipper, and coming over to Apex, we're actually doing deals there. And in the short time that we've had the community, we've done several $1 million worth of real estate transactions. And I personally know of at least 18 or 20 deals that have happened. We just finished our first ever coffee and bus tour. And out of that, I'm already in conversations with 3 or 4 different groups of people that are going to do real estate deals together. We just want to be a part of your real estate investing story. And the difference between being in the Flip Flop Flipper community and being in the Apex community, Apex is actually get done. We're doers over there. So if you want to go from being a wanna doer to actually being a doer, click the button. Let's go. Join Apex.
Ordinary.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. All right, guys. Do we have
Is there one more question? Who's got to scan through? What's the best question? And let's answer it, and then let's call it a night.
What link you talking about, Alan?
What?
He says you can use
this link,
with
and
this
then
link.
It didn't come through. I wonder if it got blocked by YouTube. Might have.
You can't use that link, Alan.
What link for what?
His
You don't
OnlyFans.
know?
Alan's got an OnlyFans?
Yeah.
What's he
Shaves
do?
his head.
Feet thing?
Something with his feet. Shaves his head. Or
Shaves
something.
his head to his feet. All right.
Oh man,
What do
All
we
right,
got,
guys.
McKenna? Are we done?
we're done. Thanks
We're
for
done.
coming this week,
You
guys.
guys, that was awesome. Thank you guys. Have a great night. We'll see you next week. Tomorrow
We'll see
night
you this
we're
week
gonna
at the
do
Note
deal
Class on
flippers. Is
Thursday.
that right? We're gonna deep dive some deals. Hopefully, we're gonna have some people send us some stuff tomorrow morning so that we prepare for it. And then on this Thursday, it's that masterclass we've been talking about for the last few minutes. Join Apex for it, guys. It's going to be worth it.
All right, guys. I just put the link in the chat. Hope to see you in Apex. Click it right now. Right now. All right, I'm ending.
Ahora.